Again, my name is Gabe Zollner. You know what you might want to do? You might want to go to Wikipedia and type in gun violence in the United States. I did that, and what you'll find is, I think, very interesting. Now, as we all know, gun violence is regularly debated, and it's a very hot political issue, especially with what's been going on now. But what's interesting is what this article states, and there's a lot of valuable information in the article, is that the majority of gun violence usually happens in inner cities, and it's usually with young adult males. Now, that's what the article states. That's not me saying it, you know. Now, in 2010, there were 358 murders involving rifles. Murders involving the use of handguns in that United States at the same period were 6,009, with another 1,939 murders where the type of weapon, whether a gun or rifle, wasn't reported. That's sort of interesting and strange. Now, handguns figured into the deaths of the Virginia Tech shootings, the Birmingham Massacre, Fort Hood Massacre, Oakes University shooting, and the 2011 Tucson shooting of Gabriel Gifford and those other innocent people that were slaughtered. Assailants with multiple weapons committed the Aurora theater shooting and the Columbine shooting, and we also know, obviously, in Sandy Hook. Now, this is what I found to be very fascinating. In 2009, according to the United Nations Office of Drugs and Crime, 66.9% of all homicides in the United States were perpetrated using a firearm. There are 52,447 deliberate and 23,237 accidental, non-fatal gunshot injuries in the United States during 2000. Now, this is what's really interesting. 2/3 of all handgun-related deaths in the United States are suicide. 2/3. In 2010, there were 19,392 firearm-related suicide deaths and 11,078 firearm-related homicide deaths. That's pretty amazing. So 2/3 of all gun-related deaths are suicide. And so here we have our government trying to restrict our gun rights because of a couple of incidences which should never have happened, but they did happen. And situations like that I don't think can be controlled. If people want to do mass killings, they'll find a way. But you might want to go Google this and read the entire article. I was sort of fascinated with it. The Congressional Research Service in 2009 estimates that there's 310 million firearms in the United States. This is in 2009. With Obama and his policies, I'm sure that number is right off the charts now. That doesn't include weapons owned by the military. 114 million of these were handguns, 110 were rifles, and 86 million were shotguns. In the same year, the Census Bureau stated the population of people in America at 305,529,237. Data analysts on crime gun databases showed that 70% of guns recovered at crime scenes in Virginia were purchased within 1 year of the crime. And what that suggests is that those people that bought those guns, I guess they had plans to go commit some of those crimes. Anyway, it's very interesting, and we'll see how this thing all shakes out. I'm going to do a little bit more research, and I'm going to try to find out how many people get killed by knives or hammers. And I think we'll find that those numbers are pretty significant as well. And I did an article this morning on a number of countries that had their population turn in their weapons. And again, between 1933 and 1945, there was over 290 million of those people were slaughtered by the countries that had them turn in their weapons. So does gun control work? Yeah, for the bad guys. That includes if our government is considered to be the bad guys. Go check it out for yourself.